See, Midun came. As soon as you said surprise, he was like, okay, what is it? He just landed.
Happened?
Apparently Saundarya has a surprise for you and me. Their group has a surprise.
Okay, done.
Shravya is saying something. I can't hear you, Shravya. You have to be a little louder.
Okay, Midun, you have to make Shravya the co-host because she's sharing the screen.
Who else you want me to make the co-host?
That's it.
Only her.
Only Shravya.
Sorry.
Who was that? Okay, I think you can start. I mean, first group can probably start if you guys are ready.
Yeah, we'll be starting.
You can drop message in the group asking people to attend it. Okay, we have marks for audience and all.
We have only 15 participants.
Okay, we'll wait for 3 more minutes. We'll start at 5.
Shivani's luggage texting on the group.
I want to get this done because we are so scared.
Oh God. Midun, send the password to that link na.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'll do that. Also, I have a...
I have one question for you, a very important question. How do you just peep in at the right time? You have very good spying skills, Midun. You should teach us. You taught us all skills except for one skill, spying skills.
Spying skills, oh my God.
Spying.
There are experts more than that, I guess. There are people who knows everything about it. Very Sakshi is there.
Spying skills.
Sakshi Kanoj is there. No? She's the best spy. She notices everything that happens in the class. If you ask her, she'll give you point to point. I think she even told that something that we are doing. And do you guys know that apparently Tadagat was using a virtual screen and he was not there in the class for some time? Nobody knew it, right?
What?
I just scam.
What? Do that? What? How
Tadagat
you
was using a virtual screen. It was you can see, as I shared in the group as well, right? You can put a virtual background in Zoom.
Right,
So
right.
He created his own image as a virtual background. He just put it there and he went off.
Look at Dino's eyes.
And that is all like this. The pause is like this, that virtual background. It's like you're listening.
How do you know that? How did you get to know?
How did you find out?
He knows.
You just called him a spy.
No. He shared it on Instagram when he did it in his school, I think college group or something. So then they figured out that he's doing the same thing here.
You are a spy, okay? You are a certified spy.
His name is not Midun Noble. His name is going to be Midun the Spy.
Oh, thank you.
Midun Bond, your name is. James Bonds.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we can start, dude. I mean, because you have 2 presentations to go. You guys can start.
I think we can start.
Did you give them share screen access, whatever?
Yeah, given.
Guys, able to see it?
Can I start?
Yeah.
We start. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being present. We are Team 1 and our live project is on adult ADHD. So, yeah, Shravya can go to the next slide. So, what is adult ADHD? Adult ADHD, as you all are aware of, stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. Is a mental health disorder that includes a combination of persistent problems such as difficulty in paying attention, hyperactivity, and impulsive behavior. So adult ADHD, it starts from the childhood, and the difference between adult ADHD and child ADHD is completely different. So as we observe in child ADHD, children are more hyperactive, whereas in adult ADHD, it is characterized by a combination of persistent problems such as difficulty in paying attention, difficulty in making decisions, etc. And adult ADHD can also lead to unstable relationships, poor work or school performance, low self-esteem, and other problems. So though it's called as adult ADHD, as I explained, symptoms start in early childhood and it continues in adulthood. So in some cases, ADHD is not recognized or diagnosed until the person is an adult. So now Shivani will be explaining the symptoms of ADHD.
Symptoms can range from mild to severe. Some common symptoms of adult ADHD are inattention, impulsiveness, lack of focus or hyperfocus, trouble multitasking, difficulty planning or prioritizing, forgetfulness, poor time management, hot temper. And ADHD is diagnosed only when symptoms are severe enough to cause ongoing problems in more than one area of life. These persistent and disruptive symptoms can be traced back to early childhood, like Soundarya said. Although adult ADHD doesn't cause other psychological or developmental problems, other disorders often occur along with ADHD, like mood disorders or anxiety disorders. Um, Treatment. I'm going to tell you about the treatment of ADHD. Medication plays a major role in treatment of ADHD. Stimulants such as products that include methylphenidate or amphetamine. Stimulants appear to boost and balance levels of brain chemicals called neurotransmitters. Other medications used to treat ADHD include non-stimulant atomoxetine and certain antidepressants such as bupropion. Now, Soundarya will talk about the other treatments.
So, although adult ADHD cannot be cured, it can be, the individual can get help. So, psychological counseling, it includes learning skills which help in coping with the disorder. So, I have read in articles that in adult ADHD, there is a technique called talking to yourself, where you can talk to yourself about like motivating yourself and getting motivation from a therapy. Talk therapy is one of the used treatment for adult ADHD, because as Shivani explained, adult ADHD is linked to different disorders like mood disorder and depression. The individual can fall into depression, so that is one of the treatment. And cognitive behavioral therapy can also be a treatment for adult ADHD, as the individual has negative thoughts such as like he or she is not intelligent, but actually in real life, if we see, individuals who have adult ADHD are very successful. They have a high IQ level. They're very creative. So yes.
Okay. So,
Now Anu will be explaining.
yeah. Okay. So talking about the epidemiology or the rate of adult ADHD in India, it was found to be 5.8%, and the adult ADHD was mostly associated with lower age, low education level, unemployment, whether married or not married or divorced, and residency, rural residency. And the mean prevalence of adult ADHD between like 18 to 44 years, like in countries like Asia, Europe, and Middle East, was reported as 2.8%. Okay, next slide.
So I'm going to be talking about the myths of ADHD. So a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about this disorder, and we have listed a few in the slide. Girls don't get ADHD. That's completely wrong. Boys are more than twice as likely to as girls to be diagnosed with ADHD, but that doesn't mean that girls cannot get it. And co-parenting causes ADHD. That's also false, because ADHD is not an environmental, it's not caused by environmental factors. It's caused due to differences in brain structures and brain functioning between different people. ADHD isn't a real medical condition. The National Institutes of Health, the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, and the American Psychiatric Association all recognize ADHD as a medical condition. So it is officially recognized as a medical condition. People with ADHD can never focus. It's true that people with ADHD have trouble focusing, but they also have one of the symptoms of ADHD is hyperfocus, meaning that if they find a task enjoyable or they like what they're doing, then they become way too immersed in that task, and they find it hard to leave that task. Yeah, so those are some of the myths.
I'll be talking about what we did to help this
Not
cause.
audible, Shavya.
Am I still not audible? Can you guys hear me?
You have to be a little louder if you can, or you have any earphones or something instead.
Meghna, don't laugh.
I think you can remove your earphone and talk. Earphone actually has an issue.
I haven't plugged in my earphones.
Now it's better. Now it's better. Go ahead.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll be talking about what we did to help this cause. We started a page on Instagram which goes by the name Adult ADHD YPP, and our motive behind making this page is to bring about information which is properly backed by scientific evidence and research articles to the people, and our target audience is mainly people of India, because we notice that there is absolutely like very less work done in India with regard to adult ADHD. There are a lot of pages and a lot of research being done in Western countries in regard to adult ADHD, but India has about 4 or 5 article papers, which I personally read, that show some serious study. So our motive is to bring such studies into the forefront and highlight the issues that need studying, that need researchers to pay attention on. And we want to share proper information so that people who suffer with ADHD or know people who suffer with ADHD can understand themselves or others better and not treat this as some incurable issue in their life and how to cope with it in their lives. So we uploaded a few posts, and Soundarya and Shivani managed to make a video and put it on the page, which we are glad to say has reached 6,000 views now. And it's still counting. And on Facebook also we have 230 plus views on that. So this is just a beginning, and we have a long way to go. I don't think it's appropriate to tell that we know everything about ADHD. We know very less, and we want to bring about. We want to educate ourselves and educate everybody in the field and outside the field that there are a lot of misconceptions regarding ADHD. Like Rishabh mentioned, with the name itself, there is a big problem, and it's not appropriately named, and there is a lot of symptoms and lot of struggle that people with ADHD go through in their lives. So we want to bring all that into focus. And thank you, Mithun and Meghna, for sharing our page on your website, like the page and everything. It means a lot. We have about 93 followers in like one day, which I think is pretty great. So yeah, that is about our mission. And I think there's a video after this which we will want to show. The video is 3 minutes long. Can we go ahead?
Yeah. Good time.
For that, Shivani and I want to explain the causes of adult ADHD. So the causes of adult ADHD is genetic. So adult ADHD is more prone, like if your relatives or blood relatives have adult ADHD, then it's more prone that the individual can get adult ADHD. And as what Rishabh explained, that adult ADHD, the individual does not get adult ADHD because of the parenting styles. It is not because of that. It is due to the so there are two hormones that are present. There are two neurotransmitters that are very important for us, which is the norepinephrine and the dopamine. So the norepinephrine helps us. It helps us to respond to stress or stress-related issues. So when the individual does not have enough amounts of norepinephrine or dopamine, that's when the person there are high chances where the person can get adult ADHD.
Sandhya, you're playing the video or?
Yes.
Okay.
Shravya, play the video.
Can you guys name some famous people with ADHD, with adult ADHD?
Timberlake.
Huh?
Justin Timberlake.
Okay. Somebody else?
Prabhu Deva.
Okay, that I didn't know. Thank you.
That even I didn't know.
Okay.
Even Michael Phelps, I think.
Yeah, Michael.
Michael Jackson also had ADHD.
Yeah. And Howie Mendel, you know, right? That America Got Talent judge, Howie Mendel. He also has ADHD.
Who?
Howie Mendel, the one guy who was America Got Talent, one bald guy is there, right? America Got Talent.
Comedian one.
Yeah. He also got ADHD. Richard Branson, Virgin Airlines. He was ADHD. A lot of people are there.
Okay, play.
Okay.
I took medication when I was a kid. Everyone said I would outgrow it, so I stopped taking the medication in college. Everything is so hard now.
I hate math. It's so boring. I know I'm bad at it, even though my teacher says I'm not.
I'm a failure. I can't remember to do homework. I lose things. I can't get anything right.
I hate feeling like I'm different, but I really am. Work seems like it's easy for everyone else.
These are the voices of people with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD. Millions of American children, teenagers, and adults experience this disorder, which makes it hard to concentrate, pay attention, organize, and focus. Their lives are complicated because of it. ADHD can show up in 3 different types: inattentive, hyperactive impulsive, and combined. Other children also struggle to keep their attention in class, can look super distracted at home and school, and have trouble with details for things they're not interested in. Kids with more hyperactive or impulsive symptoms have trouble waiting for their turn. They might get up from their seats in class, run around when it's not a good time to do that, talk all the time, interrupt people, or blurt out answers. A lot of times, kids with ADHD can get into trouble, since the symptoms can look like they don't care or aren't respectful of others. But they do care. They just can't control it because of their problem with attention. While some people might have inattentive type and others have hyperactive impulsive type ADHD, still others might have symptoms of both, which is called combined type. If people show 6 symptoms from either of the first 2 types, or a combination of them adding to 6, they fit the diagnosis. While ADHD is most commonly diagnosed in kids, almost all of them continue to experience it as teenagers, and a majority still have symptoms as adults. Only some people grow out of it. The most important thing to know is that treatment for ADHD works. For little kids, this is behavior therapy that also includes their parents, so the whole family can be part of the solution. For school-aged kids and older, the best choice is medication or a combination of medication and therapy. Sometimes people find great help in non-stimulant medications, especially younger kids. For most people, ADHD medications really help focus and block out distractions. ADHD is a serious challenge for kids, teenagers, and adults who struggle to pay attention and focus in many parts of their lives. But there is hope. Treatment works. People go on to do well in school and succeed in their lives and careers, in spite of and because of their ADHD. I know. I did.
Meghna, does your client take medication?
No.
But I was, one point that I have a huge dispute on, which is about this medication part of it.
What?
Yeah, I also don't really agree with medication for ADHD because we have a case history of that. So there one more classmate of mine who was also ADHD and he was taking medications, right? And he basically later had a lot of neurological issues.
But I mean, no, it should be an overall in comparison, right? Because obviously you can't just rely on neurofeedback to like help. You need to like stimulate internally also.
My brother was actually diagnosed with ADHD when he was in his 8th standard, and he's been taking medication since then, and like nothing has happened. And like if anything, things have gotten worse. And it was only medication; there was no therapy involved. So I don't believe in that either. That medication.
I really think therapy works and those things work than medication, because I also somebody who came through an ADHD journey, and I basically see that. And there is even a huge debate right now that whether it is even a disorder, right? There have been so many talks about that being ADHD being thrown out of DSM-5 and all those things. And now they have kind of said it's more of like, combined ADHD is even now a bigger issue than inattention is not really considered as a disorder, right? So they mainly have a problem with the hyperactivity and the combined ones. But I think, if you ask me, right, like a lot of, like they said, right, a lot of these childhood traits, when you grow up, it basically, you basically are able to manage it. At the same time, another thing is, when you're children, like right now, people are getting overdiagnosed for ADHD. So it's another big issue that's happening in schools. Like if the child is misbehaving, the child is doing something like very, like everybody has like minor traits of ADHD. So that also gets to like a lot of overdiagnosis on the same thread. Good effort, and I like the way you sport stuff. And I think it's a huge community of ADHD people. That's the reason why you're getting 9,400 people. Like there's a huge community of adult ADHD. They're very empowered community in terms of that. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. I think we have to go to the next group. Sorry.
This was a surprise for Mithun and Meghna. We got more than like 6,000.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was so cool. When you guys told only, it was so nice to hear. That's awesome.
And we didn't expect these many views, but a lot of our friends also supported it, and they also posted on
right. And like I said, if you use ADHD tag, a lot of people see it. Like I said, the community is very, very strong in Insta, especially. Yes. Right. So
and the thing is, it's also ADHD and OCD is used very loosely, right? So people keep saying, "Arey, I'm so hyperactive. I'm so this." So it's like they just self-diagnose themselves so much that like he said, the community is large, even if they don't have an official one.
I would like to give a vote of thanks to Meghna for.
Thank you, Soundarya. Thank you. It's not required. Let's move on.
I have to thank.
Yeah. No, we have to finish the next presentation. We have 10 minutes left. Okay. Yeah. Can the next group start? Thank you. I'll take your love and care later.
You can shower the praises later. Okay.
Hi, could you just make me co-host so I can
hi Sarah, once again.
Hello.
Ocean is already 5:50.
Where is Sarah? I can't see her. Sarah, can you make some noise?
Oh, hi.
Go ahead. We have 10 minutes, so we have to be fast.
Okay, yeah. 1 second.
We don't want to eat into the speaker's time.
Okay. Okay. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining us today. This is Team 4, and Team 4 consists of me, Regina, Harshita, and Ashley. And we had a social media campaign on bullying. So we started, I'll just start off with the basics, like what bullying is and how we can identify it in society. So bullying is defined as seeking harm, as wanting to harm someone or intimidate them or coerce them into doing something. It can be verbal or physical, and it's a deliberate misuse of power. It's not used in the correct way. There are 4 types of bullying, which is verbal, social, physical, and cyberbullying. Verbal bullying is basically calling people names or insults, or teasing them, or calling them racist remarks or sexist remarks. And it can be harmless at first, but it can rise to levels which are intended to cause harm. Social bullying is a form of emotionally aggressive bullying behavior, and it's sometimes called indirect aggression. And it's more difficult to detect because it can occur behind the victim's back. So, and then there's physical bullying, which literally means what it is, like hitting, kicking, tripping someone, or pinching them. It causes both short-term and long-term damage. And cyberbullying, which is more relevant in the recent years, is using technology to harass, threaten, or embarrass someone. And this could be online threats or aggressive tweets, or any posts or personal information which could be posted. So our mission was easy to come up with because we knew what we had to do. What we wanted to do was raise awareness about bullying and its negative effects. Since this is an anti-bullying campaign, we decided to spread the information about first, like the basics of bullying. So and our target audience was college students. So its negative effects and some coping methods which have been shown to be useful in the past, like through research. And we also wanted our social platform to be a safe and non-judgmental space. Harshita, you can take over from here.
So talking about how we went about the whole thing first, as far as the roles in the team were concerned, we didn't have this person was the content writer or whatever. All of us did research and we compiled, and each one of us posted on our whatever topics we researched upon. So I'm sure most of you would have come across our page, Humanity versus Bullying. That was a page. So we mainly covered what is bullying, as Zara explained the types of bullying, social, verbal, physical, and cyber bullying. And we also conducted various polls on our page, have you ever experienced bullying? Do you know somebody who's experienced bullying? Does that still affect you? So as she said, our mission was to raise awareness about bullying among college students. So we felt it did reach a lot of people because in my own personal experience, my cousin, she's not having any background in psychology. She's totally in a different field, but I made her like this page. So she said only now she got to know that there were so many types, even in bullying. They thought it was just ragging, which is shown in movies, college students, they made to dance, sing. So and its negative effects and coping methods. We also cover the effects of bullying in one of our posts. And we in fact encouraged our followers to come up and DM us just in case they want to share something. And we did receive good response.
Okay, next slide, Regina.
Good evening, everyone. So we created this Instagram page where we posted, each one of us posted a lot of information about bullying, which layman people don't have awareness about. And the first day until now we got around 55 followers, and we have even put hashtags of bullying. And even we posted an IGTV video where people have made a lot of response. And even everybody I know, and everybody has shared this video in their stories and posted and shared outside of this platform too. So we are uh, we are really glad to get such responses. And can you go to the next slide, Zara?
Yeah.
No, the next one. Yeah. So what we did was we focused all our energy onto one platform, that was Instagram. We didn't want to like spread our focus on other platforms too, because we put all our energy on it. And then we reached out to people with our shout outs and sharing it a lot. And we've got a lot of responses, and our friends and family has been also supporting us, and also even they have shared our posts, and other people has really liked it, and uh, the comment sections were filled about our video. And overnight the video got a lot of response. So uh, now we're trying to just grow our account even further.
Okay, thanks, Regina. So when we were setting the goals and creating the content calendar, we made sure we wanted to cover as much as we can. So we were keeping in mind time constraints. We decided like getting at least 50 followers in a few days would be a good goal for us. And we did reach that goal. Actually, we exceeded it. We currently have like 57 followers. So creating the content calendar was important for us as well, because we didn't want to just post random information where people didn't know what was going on. So day one, we wanted to make clear what our page was about. So we posted our mission statement, which I already discussed, and like the basic definition of bullying and types of bullying. So people could just go through it and really understand what it is and how they could pick it out in society, or if they were ever looking, or if they could just pick it out when they're talking to friends or someone. So day one was that, and day two we opened our chat for people to send in their experiences if they felt comfortable doing so. So we could discuss that, or with their consent, we could post about it and see how they overcame the bullying. And we also then we started posting the different types of bullying, and we also posted a poll, which will come up in the later slide. And day three was when Regina uploaded an IGTV video, and we also posted coping mechanisms. The IGTV video actually ended up getting a lot of views, with almost 500 views, which was really amazing for us because we were not expecting that. So I think that was a big achievement for us. And from our sessions about the social media techniques, we applied some of those techniques, such as the hashtags, which Mr. Abu Bakr taught us. So I think that was a good addition to our Instagram page, which made us stand out. Slide, Ashley, you can go ahead.
So due to the time limit, I will just shortly explain. So by this Instagram account, we would able to reach out so many people, and they were constantly messaging us like we are liking this page and we want to know more about it. And also we did a poll like voting. So it mainly shows that so many people are still not aware about what is happening, what are the effect of bullying. So it like we hope that we will be go ahead with so many activities more, and we would keep away keep so getting people to aware about what is bullying and what are the effects. And we are not going to stop here, we are taking it to furthermore. Yeah. And yeah, do you guys have to share any experience? 6 o'clock.
All right, and then these were the poll results which we had, where people actually interacted with us. So it was very nice to see that people were actually interacting with us and they weren't just taking it at a surface level. And the thing about this was we all of us learned something or the other along the way. We learned more about the details and the negative effects, like poor academic performance or poor interpersonal relationships or high anxiety, which can be long-term effects for people who are bullied in college years. So what I personally learned was that, and how we can always make it a safer space for everyone and not judge everyone. And the others, I think, agree as well. And everyone was really excited to be part of this campaign. And we all of us agree that we want to carry it on further and not just stop here, because we all enjoyed it. Yeah. Does anyone?
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the presentation. I mean, first thing is, these are kind of covered a lot of basics. Use poll, use videos, used posts, and I think in terms of, I mean, the kind of content that you came up with is also really good. I really enjoyed both Shivani's video and Rogina's video, and I think it had a very powerful message which was being delivered in the front, right? And like I think somewhere that story of self has finally came out of some people. So I'm very glad about that. So I'm very glad that you guys are using whatever whatever you guys have learned. And I mean, if you can keep up the efforts and keep doing it, that will be great. But also think about not just advocating it. Also think if you can convert these into a safe space where you can help people to come out and talk about it. I think Regina also already does something similar. So probably.
Yeah, we have like created one live chat, so people whomever want, they can talk to us.
Right.
Like
So that should be
live chat.
communicated. That message should be going more forward, saying that you can use that as a forum to communicate with us or whatever. I mean, I appreciate your good efforts, and I'm for sure. 3 days I wouldn't have done this much, right? So thanks to all of you guys.
Thank you,
We even
Midun
got a
and
few.
Meghna, because
Thank
we
you,
were
guys.
really
Thank you.
enjoying working together, and it was a really, we are really grateful giving us this opportunity. And I just want to say that the people whom I'm working with, they're really amazing. Whenever I'm coming with any idea, they were very supporting, and they were also contributing a lot. I loved my group a lot.
Thank you for your
This
feedback.
is the max I've heard
Thank
Ashley
you.
talk, guys.
Okay, can we resume this later? I think
Yeah, I think Rahul has.
That-
Hi Rahul, are you there?
Yeah.
Hi, yeah.
No, that was Zara.
That was.
That was Zara who said, yeah. Rahul, can you hear me? Okay, thank you.
Can you just ping him? Rahul, are you there?
I think Mr. started and gone, considering we were still discussing.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, Gina, you're saying something. We'll finish it.
I said this is the max I've heard Ashley talk.
Who told Ashley doesn't talk? Huh?
She talks.
Yeah,
No, I
ask
know
Midun.
she
I talk a
talks,
lot,
Dad.
right?
Listen, I know she talks a lot, but in front of everyone.
Dude,
Alright.
I was really busy, dude. I was not able to concentrate only.
I'm
Now
so
you're
yeah. I think
well,
Srijani said she was so happy she heard Rishabh talk.
You guys know the story. I actually met Ashley and I didn't recognize that she was at the program. I met Ashley with one of our colleagues called Nandana, but I didn't realize that it was Ashley until she told me that it was her. So,
Are you see? And did you all meet like?
it's like in real life.
This was before she joined YPP, though.
Before she joined YPP.
Oh. Okay. No.
All right.
I'm very happy you guys are carrying it forward, and that's something that I mean, it's not just limited to like a
If you want
project.
Meghna to follow up on that, I can make Meghna.
No, I'm not doing any more follow-ups. Nitin, if you want, you are doing it. Oh God. Well, see.
Can you probably call him? You can tell him the discussion is over. He can join.
I sent him a chat, like a personal chat.
There is no guys. Nandu is there. I think you get scared of all the guys.
Oh, okay. He's Rahul. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi. I'm
You
right
went
here.
somewhere in between.
Sorry.
You went somewhere in between.
No. I was just setting up my internet connection properly. It was not fine when I just logged in.
Okay. All right.
So just 1 minute. Just give me
Yeah.
1 minute.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I mean, I really like the efforts that people are taking, like the anti-bullying one, this one, and even Natalia's page, Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. I mean, when we were studying in college, the people had the very conventional route in terms of thinking about, taking up psychology. I think now there is much more diversity in terms of the way you are addressing mental health problems, even people reaching out, right? When we were studying, the school of thought was that it has to be in a clinic, it has to be in that setting. Nothing can be done outside. So I think from that place we have evolved a lot. But I mean, yeah, that it's on drawbacks, but who all are performing tomorrow?
Not tomorrow, no.
Performing.
Tomorrow. Sorry, guys, show your
I
talents.
like how you said performing and not presenting.
No, that was for the open mic, 17th open mic.
One is on Darya, no.
Are you talking about the open mic or the presentation?
17th, last day, we told no, we have an open mic. You want me to send a formal invite to you all guys? I'll do that.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Hi, am I audible and visible?
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
What is this fancy setting you have?
This is just my room here.
Okay, nice. Okay, should we start?
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Okay, hey guys, so this is Dr. Rahul. He and I met when I was interning in my undergrad, postgrad, when I had to do a clinical internship in a hospital. So he was working there as a resident, and he was very approachable and very warm, and he used to help me with a lot of these case history stuff, and I used to sit with him to collect case histories and all of that. So that's our bond from there. He completed his MD in psychiatry from MS Ramaiah Medical College in Bangalore. He's currently working as a senior resident in the Department of Psychiatry at Srinivasa Medical College in Bangalore. Psychiatry has been his field of interest since his MBBS days, and he has secured the first place at a national level quiz in psychiatry. During his MD, he was awarded the Young Psychiatry Fellowship by the World Psychiatry Association, and this also provided a grant to present his paper at the conference in Berlin, Germany. He was also the best outgoing PG, and his objective is to work towards reducing the stigma and increasing the awareness in the field of mental health, and to provide better quality of life to the people in need. So thank you, Rahul, for taking your time off and coming. It's really nice to see you after so long.
Thank you so much for the beautiful introduction. Also big thanks to the Insighte team for having me as part of the mentor, the YPP program. So, should I start or like?
You can start.
Okay. So I think all the participants, you guys can see the screen, right?
No, Rahul. I mean, I think you have to share it. You have to click the share screen.
Yeah. Now?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Can you see now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I hope everyone's in good health amidst this time of COVID and all that. Hope all are safe. And I'd like to start with a